All right, so Rick Ross admits to the world that he does not um, know his timetables. He does not know how to multiply, and he opens up about he opens up about it, right? So like people was talking about, when people open up like this and be vulnerable, obviously they comfortable where they at, and I'm kind of gonna give an analogy or give an example about this, but it's also like with Floyd Mayweather. It's also like Floyd Mayweather. All right. You be like, what do you mean? It was like Floyd can't read, but he grossed around $1 billion his career from his fights. Don't that kind of make us like look hella bad, bro? And somebody like that, we can read, we can write, we can count, we can multiply. But then again, it's a lot of guys out here who can't. I mean, I was not dating, I was working with this chick back in the day, and her boyfriend couldn't read. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't read. It's a lot of people out here. A lot of y'all women out here with dudes who not all the way there. That's a fact. A lot of y'all women out here with dudes, and maybe a lot of y'all dudes out there too. I ain't gonna say baby, I know for a fact. A lot of y'all dudes out here with women, who can't read or write neither. Who can't y'all and they don't even pick up on. I mean, when you young, you be dating people, and a lot of times, y'all be having sex and stuff, and you could become a baby mama, whatever. Y'all, we be dating people we young, and we don't even be knowing their last and middle name, bro. Ain't that crazy to think about that for a minute? A lot of time we don't even be knowing chicks' last and middle name, bro. Crazy, crazy. You know what I'm saying? You end up with a woman that you truly don't know, and you have a baby by her. Then you find out all this other crazy, crazy joint in hindsight. How we operated is wild, bro. Just to think about how we operate is wild, crazy. How we young and stuff of that nature. Now it's even more dangerous out here now with all these diseases going around. You know what I'm saying? No, we be dating, we be courting, they won't be knowing each other, and they end up with a baby. Oh, she crazy, she's crazy. Yeah, she crazy. But Rick Ross opens up and said that he don't know how to his timetables. Now my first thing that came to my mind, honestly, bro, I believe Rick Ross, he went to college at Albany State. Yeah, he played football like quick, like the first week of football. So how you get to college not knowing how to multiply? That just give you how you even get enrolled in college and not know how to multiply. Think about that today. How do you even get enrolled in college and not even know how to multiply? Crazy, bro. Just let you know a lot of the times it's just a money scam. So he says Rick Ross admits, I didn't understand math in school, and says he still hasn't learned the multiplications. So he says Rick Ross admits he didn't understand math in school and still hasn't learned multiplication to this day. In a video interview with Afrotech, which posted on the outlet's Instagram account on September 10th, 2021, but flew under the radar, is now going viral. The Miami boss admits he wasn't good with multiplication and hid that he didn't know the answers. He said, I was a comedian. I had a good sense of humor, he shared. Quote, I was a funny dude and all that. And he said, I don't know this thing, just because I was naturally wanting to be a jackbutt, but I didn't know the answers to the questions, all this stuff, and the teachers was writing on the wall, and they might have been my way to cover that up because I never understood. I never learned my multiplications still to this day. He said, so when it came to learning pre-algebra, Ross said he was lost and had to figure out other crafts he was good at. So, quote, imagine when they go into the pre-algebra, A equals E, and that ish was a whole other language to me. And I just wanted to walk out of that goddamn quote, like, what are you talking about? A equals E? What is this? He recalled, so I knew right then while I was sitting in math class, I wanted to learn to be a guest speaker. So that's what made me become a writer. And I think that's why I'm an author now. Think about that for a minute, bro. Do you think about that? Do you know how many kids sitting there and that's sitting there like I can relate to them? I can relate to them. Let's see real quick. Like, yeah, I see what he's saying. Somebody, this is the same person cracking on him in the comments says probably do understand him, but just scared to admit it. Oh, they playing me. Never mind. Let's see.
The humor, I was the funny dude and all that. And I don't think just because I naturally wanted to be the jackass, but I.
Oh, never mind. We won't play. So it is what it is. Shout out to my man for getting the interview. I don't think nobody want to be that. That is ways to cover up. Like bullying is ways to cover up. When kids get bullied by the kids, the bully just trying to cover up some issues that he going through. But like I said before, everybody there's gonna be a lot of dudes on there saying, Ross, stupid, but they can't multiply. Most of these dudes can't even read and write, or people can't read and write. Stop saying, guys, there's women out there just as dumb. A lot of them can't read and write neither. And out here, and they pass judgment on the post and talk all this on the internet. The way I look at it, I can do all of that. I ain't like pre-algebra. I wasn't a big math guy. I didn't even know how to add and count my money. But I can multiply. I can do all that. I can retain, the jobs that you need to have. I have to know how to do that. I have to be able to retain that information. But if you think about it, people like me who could read, write, do all where I can do that, or most of us can't do that listen, right? We can do that easily. And we ain't got 10%, 5%, 1%. It's somebody that's got a master's degree from Harvard who ain't got the amount of money Rick Ross ain't got. Did y'all see that movie with my man? What was it called? Man, I forget the movie with my man's and had A$AP Rocky in there. I forget the damn movie now. I swear to God. But he worth like 40. He probably worth more than that. Let me see. But this movie had A$AP Rocky in it. He was playing a gangster on the West Coast. Dope. Yeah, remember in Dope where my man's had him doing stuff and he said, you went to Harvard? He said, not all of us at Harvard, get the good jobs, get the great jobs. He was kind of, pushing Dope. You know what I'm saying? Like there's somebody at Harvard who ain't got nowhere near $40 million. Somebody that spent $1 million on education and ain't got, 2 million or $1 million or 500,000 to show for it. So for him to be able to make it this far, this shows you why his music is so creative and continues to even, innovate through the years, bro. You gotta be creative when you're trying to hide that you ain't got education. And when you ain't got education or you ain't book smart, then you gotta be street smart. You know what I'm saying? The innovators, the true hustlers, man, a lot of them don't even have education. A lot of these cats don't even have education, bro. They just hustle. They just figured it out. You got people who got the mind or got the idea, and you got people that can put in the work, that figure it out, that know how to make it all together. And a lot of times, education, a lot of times, it's not even involved in the equation. So how do I feel who can do all of that? It ain't got 1% or 10% or 25% or 50% of Rick Ross, or or if I got 100% of Rick Ross, what he got his growth. And I had all this education. He didn't. I just show you how creative and why, he continued to be able to make music and it's still popular. He's very creative, very innovative. And for him to open up like this and be vulnerable, it's kind of like going through something. In hindsight, you make it through that, you in a good position in life. And you able to talk about it now. Like when you're going through something, you never know what people going through something. When you're going through something, it's silent pain. But when you make it through something, or it's a small circle of pain. But when you make it through something, you know what I'm saying? When you make it through it, you like, you know what, man, I can laugh at, that shit I went through. I'm laughing at it now. You know what I'm saying? I could talk about it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got a lot of these YouTubers who have story time. If it's like truly, if it's still resonating, it's still embarrassing, it's hard to even, get to the microphone. But once you made it through, once you made it through the storm, right? Nah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I remember this time I was with this chick, man, and I remember one of the Clint Cooley was telling the story. He got a platform, he be on Facebook mostly. I'm not sure if he got a YouTube. But he was telling this story about how, he was with a chick and he pissed the bed with the chick, right? It was hilarious. But you think if he didn't like, so he didn't see, he could share that story. You're not gonna share no story like that for money. You gonna share that story because you comfortable with the story. You see what I'm saying? You like, I got past that. I'm through that. You know what I'm saying? I can look at it and laugh now. And that's what. I love the saying that Jay Prince came up with. Don't make a temporary. Don't make a permanent decision for people who out there struggling with suicide and all that stuff or decision. Don't make a permanent decision on a temporary problem. That's my quote going into this year. He was right. Don't make a permanent decision on a temporary problem. You know what I'm saying? So that's facts. Like I said before, he got all of this off hustle and creativity and maneuvering around the real problem. You know what I'm saying? He got this by. And what else we got? What do we say? We got all this education. We got all this education. We got all this education. A lot of us ain't done a lot of us ain't done half of what he done. So sometimes having a weakness and having to work around that weakness make us stronger. So sometimes your weaknesses, not to sound like I'm preaching or nothing, sometimes your weaknesses make you stronger. Think about that for a minute. Sometimes your weaknesses can make you stronger. So he said he still ain't learned to multiply. I would put that on my list, homie. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us, we don't use it no more. We lose it, but that's something that stick with you always can need, man. So, yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think about this story. Shout out to the boss for opening up and being vulnerable. Everybody gonna judge. It's people, the main people who gonna be judging him ain't got what he got. And the other main part of the pod that's gonna be judging him in the comment section because this interview old. They only gonna be, they don't even know how to read or write and multiply. It's crazy how people pass judgment on social media and you see how they live it in real life. It's a wild thing, but hey. Make sure you follow me on my podcast, Spotify, Goodfella TV podcast, and Anchor's Goodfella TV podcast. I'm gonna be speaking on that Brian Flores situation and situations like that there, and also my boxing stuff going there. If I do some hip hop 101s, I'll put it on there too. So you won't have to watch ads. The morning after I do live shows, it'll be on there. And exclusive content. I'm gonna try to do something once or twice a month, maybe 3 times a month. So follow me there if you want to financially support the channel. Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Them links in the description. You have a business question, inquiry, response, video question. Want to chop it up? What information is there? Best way to donate. Thumbs up the video, comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe button. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, notifications. Check out the music entertainment playlist for more videos like this. Check out our Hip Hop 101 playlist. I've been slacking, but it's really good content. I think I almost got around 30 episodes so far. So appreciate you guys.